This is essentially just a fluke style bait. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that the bait sits like this. So in order to do so, you're going to push the hook in to about right there, and then go downward because you want that bend of the hook to go down, and then align it perfectly so that you can go straight every time when you jerk. So we push in roughly about there, and then we pull downward right down the center, push through. Do not force this part through because you may rip the bait, but that's not what you want. You want it to slide upward without ripping. Now you've covered your bar, the eye of your hook, right? So that's hidden. And now you just measure it to here, to there. Keep your finger right there where the spot is. Turn and push the hook through, making sure that you come straight through the center of the back. Now, I'm only human, so I'm a little bit off.
Mission failure.
You expose it, but you try and go down the center of the hook, center of the bait. You see how it's a little bit off center right here? That'll cause it to twist a little bit. That's why you want it to be straight, but twist doesn't really concern me right now. If it was hardcore, then we'd have a problem. But if you look here, just an example of what it should look like. I don't know if you can see the bait, but it should dart left to right, essentially like a jerk bait. Then you let it sink, left, right, and then you let it sink. Then it'll shake its butt all the way down. So you throw out there, you let it sink a tad, as much as you feel, however deep you think it is out there, and you just pop it 1, 2, 3, 4, however many times you want. You can be aggressive, you can pop it 10 times, you can pop it 1 time. It just depends on what action you want to give the bait. So then I reel in the slack, and then I feel the initial pull, see if there's anybody on there. There isn't, so then I just pop, pop, pop. I reel in a little bit of the slack because he's starting to go down, and as you come towards me, the depth starts to increase. So if you want to let it sink down further, then you just give it more time. But if you want to keep it in the top of the water column, then you can go ahead and pop it sooner, not have to let it sink down. But I'm trying to let it sink down. I'm in 27 feet of water, so I'm trying to let it sink down a ways. So maybe I can entice those that are on the bottom to come up and take a bite. Looks like no takers on this cast. There's another method that a gentleman by the name of Seth Fighter, a Bassmaster Elite Pro, recently Angler of the Year, he uses a different technique, which I'll show you on the next cast. So his technique is you cast out, and you can let it sink, you can not let it sink, but rather than go left and right, or rather than jerk your bait, just pull. And when you pull, you leave slack, you let it go down a little bit, but as you pull, you can feel the vibration of that little tail in the back. I have caught a fish off of this technique. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it does work. Just a different style, different way to work this bait. As long as the fish are biting, I'll use either technique. But I don't know if you can see it, but you can see them go left and right.